What's going on, everyone? It's Badger here, and they're doing it. They're doing it. Fresh off of their doubling down with Charmin Obaid Chinoy and Daisy Ridley on their new Jedi Order movie, which everyone collectively screamed out, no, for different reasons. They have announced that the rumored Mandalorian movie, which is going to wrap up Din Djarin's story and Grogu, is going forward. It will be written by Favreau. So here we have from the Hollywood Reporter, Grogu. Grogu is heading to the big screen. The Mandalorian and Grogu, a new film to be directed by the Mandalorian creator Jon Favreau, is a go at Lucasfilm and is expected to film later this year. Favreau, Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy, and Lucasfilm Chief Creative Officer Dave Filoni, who I might add has been in that role for quite some time, will produce the feature, which the studio said will be the first Star Wars movie to go into production since 2019's Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Interesting. There had been some speculation that the film starring Daisy Ridley would be the first out the gate, but it appears the project will take longer to hit hyperspace. Or they heard the collective fucking screaming of every single person and we're like, maybe we should wait a little bit on that. I have loved telling stories set in the rich world that George Lucas created, said Favreau. The prospect of bringing the Mandalorian and his apprentice Grogu to the big screen is extremely exciting. And I would wager that like the first two seasons, not wager, I'd go be so bold, at least for myself, the first two seasons of The Mandalorian were some of the best Star Wars we had seen Disney Star Wars do, and I'm putting that solely with Jon Favreau. The Mandalorian launched in November 2019 as a flagship show for Disney Plus, with the character then known as Baby Yoda becoming a pop culture phenomenon. Pedro Pascal leads the series as Din Djarin, really a stuntman, dude. He's barely in it, and I think in the last season he was voice only. Also known as the Mandalorian, a warrior who reluctantly at first cares for Grogu. Show's third season bowed last year, and it has launched a number of spin-offs, and that third season was rough. It was not good at all, including the Book of Boba Fett, which was also horrible, and two of them were just Mandalorian episodes, and Ahsoka, which, you know what? I like Ahsoka. I like those characters, and I couldn't give a shit about them for some reason. The only person in Ahsoka I found interesting was Baylan Skoll. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Ray, which has a second season in development, but not set because Rosario Dawson has gone on to say that she has not been contacted whatsoever for Ahsoka Season 2. Lucasfilm did not specify a date for the movie, though there is an untitled Star Wars feature set for December 19th, 2025. The development, and this would make sense because let's face it, this movie is probably already done. It's more or less what Season 4 would have been had they not switched up directions. And they're just going to turn it into a movie. And also, they're so bad at making TV shows that most of the time they write them like they're movies and then they space them out, which is why their pacing is so weird. So just make it a movie. The development potentially marks a returning of the page for Lucasfilm that they're going to turn right back to when they release that Rey movie, which has struggled to articulate a vision for what Star Wars should be on the big screen, developing multiple properties that never make it over the finish line. But last year at Star Wars Celebration in London, the Disney-owned studio revealed plans for 3 projects that seem to be moving along, including Ridley's. Others include a big screen movie to be directed by Filoni, which is essentially the next Ahsoka, which is why I don't think season 2 is happening. They're just going to wrap it up in that Dave Filoni movie. Then there's another set in the distant past from James Mangold. So that project is, that's supposed to be the origin of the Jedi before they split into light and dark when the Force was the Force. That, of course, is the Great Schism that led to the first Dark Jedi, which then went on to find the Sith. Of course, they're going to ignore all of that lore from that's some legends, and I'm sure they'll make something much worse, which is what they do. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have ushered into Star Wars 2 new and beloved characters, and this new story is a perfect fit for the big screen, said Kennedy. Oh, what a despicable woman. I hate her so much. All right, let me know what you think about this. Are you excited for Mandalorian and Grogu to finish out their story? You think this is just going to be one setup so Grogu can show up in the Rey movie? I do. Let me know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And we will see you on the next one.